Welcome to A Double
and
Dice
with your host Kim.
and Jocelyn.
Pour your favorite beverage,
Pull up a comfy chair.
because we are ready to roll.
Welcome to episode 96 of A Double and Dice, and today we're going to do a female characters in Dice Masters, but a little bit different. So we are going to do characters, but characters.
Multiple characters.
Yeah. Not a uno. How do you say not a duo? A trio?
A tres.
A tres? Is it uno is one? I don't know. Uno, duo.
Uno is one.
Duo.
Depending on depends on what language you're in.
I don't know. That could be 30 different languages there.
I'm pretty sure uno is one in several languages at least.
Okay. Two. We're gonna talk about.
Nobody understands that except you and Rob.
And Rob.
I'm glad that somebody out in the listening world is in on our inside joke about two.
I actually don't remember where that originated from.
But you remember to say it.
Yeah. Where it was like two. I don't remember where it comes from though, to be honest
Should
with
I
you.
tell the story?
Yes, go ahead. Tell the story. We're on the track.
All right. So last year, we were at my sister's house, and my nephew, who was a little bit younger than he is now, because he was probably 3, he wanted to play drive-through, and he wanted to play Tim Hortons drive-through. He also wanted to be the person that placed the order, as well as the person that delivered the order in the drive-through game.
Now remember, Tim Hortons is a coffee shop at ours.
That's right. Yeah. Tim Hortons is a Canadian coffee chain after the great hockey player Tim Horton. And so he built this like drive-through window out of his play couch. I didn't know these things existed. I don't know if you did, Kim, but they have these like couches that are made of modular parts so that kids can like take them apart and build things with them.
Oh, okay.
It's just like a foam couch. I don't know. It's a thing.
Okay.
So they took these foam pieces and he built himself a drive-through window, and he walked up to one side of it and said, "I want a double and a donut." I think it was just double and a donut. We weren't in full sentences at the time. And then he went onto the other side and went to prepare it, and then made his dad come over to come pick it up. And he said to his son Nathan, he said, "How much? How much?" And he says, 2. Just like that. 2. And Nathan's dad, my brother-in-law Charles, said, "To what? $2? 2 cents?" He's like, 2. So
Just
that's
2.
where 2 came from.
Yes, now
so
I remember.
Every time the number 2 comes up, you'll hear it all the time now that you've heard us say this, because Kim will do it, I'll do it, Rob will do it. We used to talk about it all the time. It still comes up sometimes when we're doing something. Anytime the number 2 comes up, one of us will go 2, and then we all laugh. And Kim doesn't even remember why
I'm laughing.
It's funny. Well, you remember now.
Yes, but I know it was something. I just
you knew that it was something
didn't
funny.
know. Yes, exactly.
It was worth doing, but you couldn't remember why.
2.
Anyway, so not a duo, not 2.
No, it's a trio, but it's a trio
Nice.
based on a certain group.
Ooh, is it like? I'm trying to think of like trio people, but in my head,
Well,
I'm
I guess-
coming up with duos.
I guess the main trio, and then there's multiple more members in this group.
I'm trying to think of like female pop bands that are trios.
This has nothing to do with Dice Masters, the pop pop band. Do you want to take a guess? They made it, unless you already saw the notes. You probably already saw the notes.
Oh, Destiny's Child.
Yes, TLC.
They're a trio. The Supremes. The Chicks, formerly known as Dixie. Wilson Phillips. For some reason I thought Wilson Phillips was a duo, but I think I might have been confusing Wilson Phillips and the Bangles. No, not the Bangles.
I thought Wilson Phillips was one person.
No, Wilson Phillips is 3 people. It's a trio.
I don't know.
Bananarama.
No, never listened to them.
Oh, you would know Bananarama.
Maybe I'll know songs.
I guarantee that you would know songs. Anyway, this is not a pop music pop music
No.
podcast. So let's move back. So we're talking about a trio of probably comic book characters would be my guess, Kim.
Yes, who are female.
Females, characters in Dice Masters.
Yes.
Yep.
Birds of Prey.
Ooh.
So we're going to talk about...
I still haven't seen that movie.
No?
Did you see that movie?
Yes. Do I remember it? No.
Did you like it? Do you remember if you liked it?
Maybe?
That's the one that had the really long name and then they changed it, right?
I think so.
Like Harley Quinn something.
Yeah, I think the main focus is Harley Quinn in the movie. All right, so we have homework to do. You're going to watch that movie. I'm going to watch that movie by our next recording.
I'm sure that movie had a different name. Like right now it's coming up as Harley Quinn Birds of Prey, but I feel like it had a different name at one point. Ah, there it is. Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
Yeah, good thing they changed that.
I don't know. I think it's a cool title.
Who nobody wants to go see? I'm here to see Harley Quinn.
Fantabulous. Like how do you get away from that word?
I don't
Fantabulous.
know. I don't know.
Fantabulous Emancipation. Okay. So I have homework. I have to watch that movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it too. We're both gonna watch it. You have 2 weeks.
Maybe we can do like a watch party.
Yeah, we can do I don't know how that works.
We have to find it on a platform that offers that, and then we would have to sort it out. So maybe there'll be a watch party.
Maybe.
But maybe not.
We'll let you know.
If not, watch it and send us your thoughts. Okay, so Birds of Prey. I'm sorry, Kim. I am all over the place.
It's okay.
Tonight.
So I'm not going to go deep into Birds of Prey, nor am I going to go deep into the characters, but I'll just give you an overview of Birds of Prey and then the female characters that we're doing today. Sound good?
Sounds fantabulous.
All right. So as I said, it's a female force to be reckoned with because they're called the Birds of Prey, which is traditionally an all-women group of no, I can't say the word.
Vigilante.
Thank you. Vigilante operatives who go on pretty much missions across the globe. Now, the two main members who pretty much came up with this group was Black Canary and Oracle, a.k.a. Dinah Laurel Lance, and Barbara Gordon.
But we did Oracle already.
We did. We'll get into that. So these two were pretty much, they always clashed, so they never really got along. But I guess once they met each other, they became really close friends. And then...
That sounds like a very typical female friendship.
And then obviously they're like, ooh, let's make a band. We'll call it Birds of Prey. Actually don't know how the origin of the name came from.
Do they actually have a band?
No. But
because that would be cool.
There's another homework for me. I didn't even look up how they even got the name Birds of Prey or where it actually came from. I don't even think I even found anything origin about that. So
you've got a black canary.
Yeah, so maybe Oracle being also Batgirl, a bird. Black canary, yes, a bird. So, and then another one we're going to talk about is also Huntress, which is part of their group, the trio. Which Huntress is not a bird, is she?
I don't know.
So, if anyone knows where exactly Birds of Prey came from, you let us know. So how they met Huntress was Black Canary kind of walked into some kind of trap. She got kidnapped or something. And Oracle had actually called Huntress for help. So after they pretty much got Black Canary back, the trio formed the core of Birds of Prey. They operated out of Gotham's Clock Tower, so in Gotham City, which was a maximum security facility with a state-of-the-art high-tech computer system known as the Oracle mainframe. So, of course, Oracle being a whiz at the programming and hacking, obviously she would have
learned in our Oracle episode,
right? She had all this, high-tech stuff. Now, some other members that you may have heard of, and obviously the movie we just talked about, was Harley Quinn was part of Birds of Prey, Poison Ivy, Katana, Batgirl, aka Oracle, who also I'll get into was also Huntress, Batwoman, Big Barda, and there was a lot of them. So I guess in and out they came. So I'm not gonna get too much full into story of them because this will be a very long episode of the Birds of Prey. But I think the movie focused more on Harley Quinn. Again, I don't remember how the movie went.
Well, we're gonna
watch it and find out. Yes, we have homework. Well, we have 2 homework. Well, I have 2 homework. So we'll go through the 3 main ladies. As we've been saying, Oracle, aka Batgirl, aka Barbara Gordon. We did an episode of her, a female character, and we will put that in the show notes. You can go back and listen to that. And we actually did Batgirl too. So we did Oracle and Batgirl.
We did.
So we're not going to go through her cards or anything like that, because that was all covered in that episode. So you can go back, take a listen. But to give you a quick rundown of Miss Barbara Gordon, she was paralyzed from the waist down as a result of an ambush of Mr. Joker in her apartment. She has pretty much a photographic memory. She has hacking skills, programming skills. She's also skilled in hand-to-hand fighter, and she's a master of weaponry. Now, since she's been obviously paralyzed, she doesn't do much physical fighting anymore. So her main role, I guess, in Birds of Prey is helping the team from her techie building tower. And then helping them once they go out on the streets and stuff like that. Black Canary, which again won't go much into her. So Dinah Laurel Lance. So she has
Who named that character?
Who? Dinah Laurel Lance?
Dinah Laurel Lance.
Yeah.
She's on the DLL.
Oh, she's on the down low.
Down low.
Down low.
Down low can you go?
So
Dinah Laurel Lance, like what kind of name?
I don't think they really call her Dinah Laurel. I don't know.
I mean, you wrote it in the notes.
You can, yeah, I did, because they put the full name. So,
it's okay.
Yeah. So she's they put here a tough but good-natured and I can't say words today.
Idealistic.
Yes, thank you. Street fighter. Who is the Birds
Street Fighter?
Who is the Birds of Prey? I don't know what Jocelyn's on. So, who is the Birds of Prey star highly skilled at martial arts? She does have a superpower. Do you know what that is?
Is it an ultrasonic attack known as the canary cry?
Mm-hmm. So she screams really loud and people go flying. Their ears hurt.
Cool.
And she breaks glass. So you don't want to be around her when that happens.
Ultrasonic waves can do that. You know what else they can do?
What's that?
They can clean your eyeglasses and jewelry.
Oh, there you go.
You have to put them in liquid with the ultrasonic waves, but it's a thing.
So, yeah, they're pretty much just regular women, right? That, are just highly skilled at things. And the last one is Huntress. Helena Bertinelli. I think I said that right.
I'm with you.
Yeah. So she is prone to use excessive force. Huntress is
use the word
vigilante. She's a vigilante, prone to use excessive force. Huntress is a former mafia princess who was devastated at a young age when her family was killed in a mob hit. Trained by her assassin cousin in the art of violence, she declared war on the mob in the name of justice. Following Black Canary's departure when she got tangled up or kidnapped, that's when Huntress became the team's field commander, and she was also the second crime fighter to go by the name of Batgirl.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. So she had a bit of a sad
background, but she turned into a kick-ass woman, I guess. Actually, they're all kick-ass in very different ways.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that's just an overview. We're going to go through Black Canary and Huntress's cards because, yes, they both do exist in Dice Masters.
They do. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, they do. And I have a very particular Huntress card that I like.
Yes, I remember you playing out one of your teams. Who would we like to do first?
Let's go alphabetical. So let's do Black Canary.
All right.
I have pulled up Black Canary, and I can see that Black Canary, Dinah Laurel Lance, is in three sets. We've got the oldest one is Justice League, then we have Green Arrow and the Flash, and then finally we have the Doom Patrol team pack. So do you want to start at the oldest and work our way forward?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So in Justice League, there were 3 rarities. Interestingly, the rarities were uncommon, rare, and super rare.
So no common card, which means this was all from packs, right?
That's right. There was nothing in the starter pack. So Black Canary Crime Fighter is a 4-cost fist, and she has an affiliation that I can't identify.
Oh, that's Justice JSA.
Oh, that's a JSA, Justice Society of America.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So it says, when fielded, no sidekicks can block this turn. That's a pretty cool card. You field her, and you do your big swing, and you don't have to worry about your opponent's sidekicks being able to block, because they just can't.
Nope.
Right?
Period.
That's super cool. Her stats in all of the sets are the same. So she's a 0/2/2, a 0/3/2, and a 1/4/4. That is super cool, especially considering the fact that we were just talking about the power of sidekicks, right? That's your cue, Kim, to sing.
Oh, the power of... I was going to say love, but I could say psychic.
So this is like the anti-power of sidekicks.
Yeah.
Right? This is preventing the power of sidekicks. Cool. I like that one.
Do you want me to do the rare? The rare?
Yeah, go for it.
Canary Cry. Look at that. Also a 4-cost fist. When fielded, you may roll an opposing character. If it is a character face, return it to the field. If it's an energy face, add it to your opponent's prep area.
Well, for Justice League, these cards are worded pretty clearly.
Except it doesn't say character die.
This is true.
But yes.
However, we do know in the comprehensive rules that you can only target a character die in the field zone.
Yes.
So
that's not bad. That's like a kind of a little control-y there.
I still like the first one better.
Okay.
And let's go to Dinah Laurel Lance.
Hey, your
Black
favorite
Canary,
name.
Super rare. 3-cost fist, of course. And she says, when Black Canary attacks, you may pay a bolt to prevent a target character from blocking this turn. That's pretty good.
And that's when she attacks. So
yeah, when attacks is hard to shut down. Like, the only thing I can think of is Wonder Woman. Right? So.
And she's pretty cheap at 3-cost.
Yeah, she is. I still think I like the no sidekicks one, but I think it just depends. I think both the uncommon Crime Fighter as well as the super rare Dinah Laurel Lance are good tools in your toolbox.
Yeah, they all 3 can work on a team depending, again, what you're trying to do.
Yeah. Should we move over to the Green Arrow and the flashcards?
All right. We have
Do you want to take the first one?
3 in this one. So there's a common, an uncommon,
That's
and...
not fair.
A what?
I said, do you want to take the first one? And now I'm looking at it.
So here's a common, an uncommon, and a rare. The first one... This one is a Justice League she's affiliated with. Actually, she's all fist throughout the whole thing. 3-cost fist called Like Mother, Like Daughter. And that is all.
She's blank.
It's a blank
She
card.
just stats. She just stats, yo.
Yeah. She's not that great in stats, though, so... I wouldn't want to use her on a beefy team if you just need stats.
I mean, 1/4/4 is not bad on level 3.
Yeah.
So... all right, do you want to do the uncommon as well, since that one was kind of boring?
Go ahead.
Okay. So the uncommon is Black Canary Volatile. We should note that in this set, they are all trademarked. Black Canary trademark.
Interesting. The others weren't. I wonder why.
Yeah, it's a DC thing that happens sometimes. The Volatile version is a 4-cost fist, also with the Justice League affiliation, and she has Impulse. So Impulse abilities happen when you purchase a die, right, Kim?
Yes.
So the Impulse ability that she has, Impulse is like a trigger. It happens when you purchase a die, and each effect is different. Target crossover character die gets +2 attack and +2 defense. So crossover dice are dice that have multiple energy types required to purchase. So instead of just being a fist, they'd have to be like a fist shield, right? So
right, you have two.
It's a very specific mechanic, and it was heavily used in the Green Arrow and the Flash set. So this is like some sort of like buff specifically for crossover characters. But if you didn't have a crossover character, then she's just stats, and at that point you might as well just go with the blank one.
Pretty much, and it's cheaper.
Exactly.
Right. Her last one is the rare, called Sonic Cry. Probably almost the same as Canary Cry, I would assume.
It should be called an ultrasonic cry.
Right. For cost fist as well, Justice League affiliated. This one also has impulse. Target level 1 character die is unblockable. If you have a really...
That could also tie in with sidekicks.
Yep. I mean, if you have something that's really beefy that you like beefed up and it's on level 1, it can go unblockable. All you have to do is purchase her that turn and then swing with that one.
Yeah, I like it. That's pretty cool. I don't know that I ever played around with that card. I don't remember it.
I've played around with a very few Black Canaries, but
I don't remember.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. Okay, and then she was in the Doom Patrol team pack, which I recall had a really nice art in it. The art in this team pack was good. And all three of her rarities, of course, were common because there are no rarities in team packs. And the first one is Second Life. It's a 3-cost fist, Justice League affiliation. And she has Strike. And Strike is something that I just really wish could have been better. So Strike was, if the character die with Strike is the only character die you field this turn, that character gets +2 attack, +2 defense, and Overcrush, which on her stats is not bad. It means she becomes a 4, 5, 6 on her attack line, and she becomes a 4, 4, 6 on her defense line, depending on what level she's on. So, but in order for that to work, you can't field any other character dice that turn.
No.
So it's an interesting thing.
Yeah, but it's also technically so when fielded. So if you attack, you do your damage, she doesn't get KO'd, you're kind of stuck with it, so you have to have something to KO it.
That's right.
So it comes back again the next turn for you to do the thing. But again, drawback is she has to be the only one you're fielding.
Yeah, because it's only for the turn that she would get the ability.
Yep.
All right, what's the next one, Kim?
Common. I was going to say, what rarity is this? Costume Adventurer, 4-cost, Justice League affiliation, Retaliation. That's all that's written on her. Retaliation. Let me remember what Retaliation is.
Look up.
I will try to remember. Keyword. It's a keyword.
It is.
When an affiliated character is KO'd, deal 1 damage to opposing player.
I'm looking it up.
Okay. So, meaning...
If a character you control with Retaliation is active. You said that?
Yep. So when she's active...
That you control shares an affiliation with is KO'd. You said that too.
Yep.
Including another copy of the same die with Retaliation. Deal 1 damage to an opposing player.
Ooh, that was not bad.
You did pretty good.
Yeah.
A character die cannot trigger its own retaliation since it is no longer active then, which is not the greatest English.
So it'll work on a Justice League team if you're making that affiliation.
You just need other Justice League characters.
Yeah. Yeah. And last but not least...
Flower Shop Owner. 3-cost fist. Also Justice League. When Black Canary attacks, when Black Canary attacks, villain character dice cannot block until end of turn.
Interesting.
So, good control on villain characters.
Too bad this is late for like 2-team takedown here with our affiliation theme.
Which one do you like the best, Kim?
I have a heart for Strike.
Kim Heart Strike.
I do. I heart Strike.
Send Kim Strike cards for Valentine's Day.
I orbital strike.
Put a little heart on them.
Also, Flower
Little
Shop's
Cupid's
not
bow.
bad if you know you're playing a villain's team. So that would have to be set up pretty
Like
good.
Master Mold.
Yeah, if you're playing Golden with
The
Master
tokens,
Mold.
the tokens don't have villains,
No,
though.
no. What about you?
I really liked that very first one that I read about the sidekicks.
Okay, I was talking about in the set, but okay. In
What do you mean
Doom,
in the set?
in Doom.
Oh, in Doom specifically?
Yes.
I thought we were talking about all overall.
Oh, okay.
All overall ones. Black Canary. I already moved on. Huntress.
Not Dinah Laurel Lance.
In the set, I would say Strike.
Okay. Yep. Now
second life.
overall.
Crime Fighter.
Okay.
When fielded, no sidekicks can block this turn.
Yeah.
However, I have a soft spot for Impulse with crossover characters with Volatile.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that there could be a better opportunity for Dinah Laura Lance, the super rare from Justice League, by paying bolts to prevent target character dice from blocking.
Which again is not too hard to get bolts.
No, I mean it's when she attacks, so it would trigger once per Black Canary, so you'd have to get a few of them to do it, which is why I kind of like the Crime Fighter instead against the sidekicks. What about you?
Yeah, I would say Strike's one of my favorite Second Life. I like crossover characters because no one ever plays crossover characters, so it's like you can really help beef up your crossover characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't mind Canary Cry or Dinah Laurel Lance. So got a mix there.
I feel like Dinah Laurel Lance belongs in a song somehow. It's got like a
Dinah.
it's got like a
Dinah Laurel Lance.
yeah, exactly. It's something about the cadence of the syllables.
Right? Oh, Dinah. You
I
are
don't
my
know.
Laurel Lance. Okay. Someone, we have some talent that have singers out there that listen. So
We do.
Maybe
who
they
knows
will make a
Who knows
song.
what Chris Williams will do for us after this?
yeah.
Okay, should we move over to Huntress?
Huntress.
Huntress. I think you get to start, Kim.
All right, so she's in 2 sets, Green Arrow and the Flash as well, and Batman. So Green Arrow and the Flash, she's got a common, an uncommon, and a rare. Her common card is The Hunt Begins. 3 cost Bolt, a villain affiliation. While Huntress is active, whenever you roll a question mark, you may spin each Huntress die up a level for each question mark rolled.
Interesting.
Yeah, her stats are, which is the same across both, 022, 133, 143. So you could pretty much get her to her 4-3 then, really.
Cool. The uncommon is called Brutal Justice, and she reads, when fielded, you may re-roll any of your psychic dice in the field zone or reserve pool. So that's kind of cool.
You and your go like a sidekick again.
Sidekicks. The happy little side.
Oh, you can do it in your field zone too, so if you don't want them there, you can re-roll them.
Like if you're going to bag burn next turn because you kept too many sidekicks in the field, you can re-roll them, get some energy.
Yep. Or if you need to
Buy
buy
stuff.
something big, yeah. Her rare, Sin.
Oh, of note.
Yes.
Sorry. That one is a Batman affiliated person.
Yeah. Person.
The first one was a villain affiliated person.
Yes. Her rare is Sins of the Father. These are very, onto what we talked about. Batman affiliated as well, 4 cost. While Huntress is active, the first time you roll dice during your roll and reroll step, if you rolled no question mark, you may draw and roll a die.
I feel like there's too many qualifiers in that sentence and we would lose people. It's a cool idea.
Yes, it's different.
But-
We don't ever. So you pretty much roll, finish your second roll, if anything, and then at that point, if you have no question marks, you can pick a die from your bag and roll it.
This is true.
Okay. I don't know.
I'd probably go with Brutal Justice. Re-rolling any of your psychic dice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't remember to count my sidekicks.
Yeah, not very, they're okay.
So then, after Green Arrow and the Flash, she was in na 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 Batman. So in Batman, she had 3 rarities as well: common, uncommon, and rare. And her common was No Rest for the Wicked, and I am hearting this right now. When fielded, deal damage equal to Huntress's A to target character die. So good. So good. 3 cost villain character. Such a good die. You know how many things I KO'd with this die? I used to play this card all the time.
Didn't you team this one up with like Songbird or something? Was it with Songbird or?
No, I think I just used it anytime for removal. It was my removal.
Oh, okay.
I used it a lot. There was definitely something I did. I teamed it up in a team. Might have been with the Stepford Cuckoos. And I'd field Huntress and I would KO the Stepford Cuckoo and then something would happen. So I could redo the Cuckoo, but I don't remember what the Cuckoo did.
Cuckoo.
We'll look it up after.
Okay.
Then what happens?
What happens? Family ties, uncommon, 4 cost villain affiliated as well. While Huntress is active, whenever an opposing character die is fielded, deal 1 damage to target opposing character die.
So that's pretty cool. You keep her active. Your opponent, every time your opponent fields a die, you get to deal a damage to something, and you just get to KO your opponent's stuff. So your opponent would have to be very strategic in what they are fielding.
Yeah. So if they feel a psychic, you can be bye.
And finally, we have Huntress Cry for Blood, 3 cost villain. Now, this card is a flip card. So on one side, she's Bat Family affiliated, which is, I think flip cards originated in this set, right? Or maybe the first flip cards were in that OP kit, the Deadpool Wolverine OP kit.
I'll look it up for you.
But Flip was definitely new at the time the set came out. And what Flip said was, at the beginning of your turn, you may flip this character to its other side. So on its Bat Family side, it says, Huntress cannot be blocked by sidekicks. Dun, dun, dun. And then on the opposite side, at the beginning of your turn, you can flip her. She's a villain, and it says Huntress cannot be blocked by sidekicks. So this one, if this is correct, it's the same on both sides?
Wait. Yes.
It is. It is the oddest flip card ever.
I guess it depends on what affiliation you're probably using.
I guess. But definitely there were some of the flip cards that did like the opposite. So like I think I'm thinking of a Batgirl one maybe, or a Batwoman, and it was like she can't be blocked by sidekicks, or she can only be blocked by sidekicks, like something like that. Anyway, this one, she can't be blocked by sidekicks on both sides.
Interesting. It must be affiliate.
But could be. But just looking at this art, it reminds me of how much I loved this card.
No Rest for the Wicked. So flip cards did come out in Batman. It did come out in a promo set, which had, do you remember the ones for Wolverine, Colossus, the Catwoman, Natalia Ghul? I think it was like the animated series. Joker, Batman. But Batman came first before those cards, I think.
Okay.
So I think Batman was the only one that started it off. But we haven't seen Flip since Justice Like Lightning?
Correct.
So we haven't seen anything since. Yeah. So we haven't seen any Flip.
Okay. So what's your favorite, Kim, of the
I would have to go with
ones?
No Rest for the Wicked.
And overall?
Actually, Family Ties is not bad either. But overall,
No Rest for the Wicked.
yeah,
no
I kind of like Family Ties too. Maybe they're tied.
You have to make a decision. There's no wiffle waffle.
I'll go against you then. Family Ties.
Oh, how dare you! My opinion should be everyone's opinion. No, I'm just kidding. I think there's also a case to be made for where is it? Brutal Justice.
Okay.
When fielded, you may reroll any of your sidekick dice in the field zone or reserve pool. However, personally, I am all about no rest for the wicked. Although I do agree, Family Ties is good. So,
Stepford Cuckoos. Do you know which one you played?
oh, was it Mindy?
Which is when fielded, move target character die you control to your prep area.
No, it wasn't. This combo was not with the Stepford Cuckoos.
Okay. Then she had Phoebe and Celestius. When fielded, each player moves one. No, not that one.
No, it's not. It's none of these. So just don't worry about it. Not important. I think I just paired that Huntress because she was a cool removal. The tricky part about her, because we now have something that's a little bit better in Rocket Raccoon.
Right. Yeah.
Because Rocket Raccoon says target opposing character die. So he doesn't have to KO himself.
Right.
And he can't KO himself. So if you wanted to KO him, you don't have the option to do that with his own ability. So I guess you could look at it two ways. Huntress was flexible because she could KO your own stuff as well as KO your opponent's stuff, and she could also KO herself because it was just target character die. That's it, right? Whereas Rocket's very specific. It has to be your opponent's thing. But if your opponent doesn't have something, then you can still put Rocket in the field and keep him there as like a blocker, or he can push through for an attack or something if there's no blockers. But yeah, I think that Huntress is better.
And there's only those two that did based on their attack value, right?
I think so.
Yeah. I remember Hawkeye, but I think he did his level.
That's right. There is one that does level.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
And then there's Ghost Rider that does one based on the level that you field it on, or the number of energy you use to field it or something.
Wow, old school cards.
I mean, Ghost Rider's not old school. I think Ghost Rider's still modern.
Is it? I'm gonna look.
I think it's in Avengers Infinity.
Oh yeah, it is. No, it's in. Yes, it is Avengers
Infinity Gauntlet.
Yep.
Yeah, when fielded, your opponent X damage, where X is equal to Ghost Rider's printed fielding cost, so 1, 2, or 3. But the Huntress could get you a 4 if you rolled her on level 3,
which is pretty good.
So it is pretty good.
And there you go, the Birds of Prey.
And see Oracle episode for more information.
Yes, which we will put in our notes.
Absolutely, because Kim's good at that.
If I remember.
Make a note, Kim.
It's there. It's a note.
Okay. Yeah, so I think that's it for our Birds of Prey. We'd love to hear what you think of the Huntress and Black Canary cards we've gone through. Which ones did you play with? What were your combos? Do you remember playing against me when I played a Huntress and what I was playing? Because I don't remember. So let me know and let us know, and we would love to hear from you on that. Should we flip it over to events, Kim?
Sure. I'll do my quick one. Weekly Dice Arena happens every week, Tuesday nights. We had a good crowd actually last time.
As long as you get 4 people.
Well, actually, last week we had 8.
Nice.
One person didn't show, so which means I didn't play. So it ended up being 6, really. But to think that 8 did sign up, when it was too late. So hopefully everybody, summer's done. You have nothing to do, come play Dice Masters.
And as this episode drops, if you're listening to it live, the 2-team takedown has just started.
Yes, the 2-team takedown has started. So I can't say sign up and build teams and anything like that. Just come, go on our YouTube, watch some of the gameplay. Yeah, and maybe I'll bring back some fond memories. Maybe somebody will bring a Huntress for Jocelyn.
Please do put a Huntress on your team.
Which will be too late by the time they listen to this episode.
But maybe someone did it anyway because she's cool.
Yep.
So
that's it for my part.
I'm going to talk about a past event that happened.
All right.
I went to Memphis.
Memphis.
I don't know why I'm talking like that.
Italian.
Yeah, I'm not in Italy. I was in Memphis, which it should be like y'all and stuff. I don't know. Now I'm being very stereotypical, and I apologize. So we went to Memphis. We went to the WizKids Worlds, which contained the World Championships for ever popular game Onslaught, and much more popular game HeroClix. So I was able to participate in a bunch of battle royals, which are sort of like drafts for Dice Masters, 4 people to a map. You get a a booster box of HeroClix. There's 5 figures in it. You pick one, pass them along, and then the 5th one comes back to you, and you make a team of 5 characters, and then you fight it out for points.
All right.
It's super fun. It's a fun way to play. I played in Team Worlds, which was also a HeroClix event, and you're like, why are we talking about HeroClix on a Dice Masters podcast? Just bear with me. So in Team Worlds, I played with my friends Emily and Asia, 2 other Canadian women. We are a team called Calm Your Clicks, and we didn't have the greatest showing. There was a lot of people that played in teams this year. There was 69 teams. We came in 43rd out of 69. However, I had a personally good run. So I had a good team and it performed well, and my dice were hot and things were going well. So I went 3-1. But in order to work with Team Worlds, how it works is every round you need at least 2 wins. 2 of your players have to win. And we did not have much success in that area. Just people had bad dice or bad matchups, and that was that. But we had a good time. It was really fun. And the other part that I think was really good about WizKids Worlds was they managed to do the new set, HeroClix DC's Notorious, which is an all-villain set that is just released, just came out right before this podcast dropped. So they managed to get all of their stock in, and they did all their battle royals, and they did their Team Worlds and everything all with that product, and they actually ran out of it on Sunday. So it was super cool to be part of a new set, playing a new set that nobody really knew much about. There'd been some spoilers, but nobody played it, and that was super cool. I hope that WizKids does that again for HeroClix and possibly Dice Masters. Onslaught had not quite the great attendance that we saw with HeroClix. And then on Saturday night, there was the Dice Masters draft. So we held the Memphis Cup, and we had a total of 12 people participate in the Memphis Cup, which is a 50% larger turnout than Onslaught. Just saying. Do the math.
That's pretty good.
Math people.
Math people.
So we had 10 players. 2 people sat out, 1 to coach new players and 1 to take pictures and such like that. So we had 10 players in the actual draft. We drafted Secret Wars. It was super, super fun. We had a really great time. So huge thanks to everyone who came out. We want to thank Asia and Steven from Ottawa. They're HeroClix players that came out to play with us. William from, I can't remember where in the United States. It might have been Kansas, but if it's not, I'm sorry, William, I've forgotten. As well as Marlon from just outside of Nashville, Tennessee, who are both HeroClix players as well. And then we had our friends from Mississippi join us. So we had Pete, Charlie, Ian, and youngins Chip and Brennan. And then I played to round it out while Rob coached, and our friend Alex from WizDad took some pictures. So it was a really good turnout. It was a really good time. We did 3 rounds. With that number of people, we probably should have done 4, but people were getting hungry. We started at 5 p.m. So congratulations to Pete, Brennan, Chip, and Charlie, who had a 4-way tie for the first place. And they took home the Memphis Cup, which is a beautiful trophy that was created for Dice Masters Memphis 2023. Everyone had a really good time. We were able to raise enough money for the food bank, so we were able to raise more than 600 meals.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, provide more than 600 meals to people within the food bank between Canada and the Memphis area. And we just wanted to thank everyone for participating. We really had a great time. It was really fun to have everyone out. We made sure that WizKids knew that Dice Masters should have been there, and I can tell you that the general sentiment from the event was all the HeroClix players were like, "Where's Dice Masters? We're used to having a few Dice Masters players here." That there was a lot of question about that, because there was certainly enough space that they could have fit us in. So hopefully next year, WizKids will see that Memphis draws the people regardless if they give us enough notice. And we got 12 people for a basically unadvertised Dice Masters draft. Imagine how many people we could have got if we'd had official worlds. Mm-hmm. So hopefully WizKids heard us that we want Dice Masters there with the rest of the team, and they can fit us in. So that was the Memphis Cup. So huge thanks to Rob and to Alex. Alex was able to bring the products. We didn't have to bring it in our suitcases. Rob for creating the trophy, which was fantastic. If you didn't see pictures of that, it's all over the Discord, the Facebook, the Twitter, the X, whatever you call it, the Instagram. So check my my Instagram or check Rob's Instagram for Dice Station Zebra, and you'll see pictures of it all there. So
2 questions.
So thank you, everyone. Yes.
1, the name of your Hero Crooks group. Do you have to actually submit a group name? A team name?
When you play Team Worlds, you have to have a team name, yeah.
Oh, all right. Question number 2. Who took the trophy home out of the 4?
Oh, the trophy is being mutually shared. There is a timeshare agreement.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are actually expecting photos of the trophy. We haven't received any in a while. I need to send a message off to Ian asking him for the photos. Ian was the one person from the Mississippi crew that was not in the top winning round there. But he promised that the photos would be forthcoming. So yeah, timeshare between the families.
All right. Cool. Now it has to come back for another one.
I really hope that the Memphis Cup trophy stays in the US of A.
Why?
I don't want to bring it back to my suitcase.
What are you talking about? You walk with it as a carry-on, and everybody's gonna be like, "What in the world? What did she get a trophy for?"
So, funny story. Rob was carrying the trophy to Memphis in his suitcase, and his bag got flagged, Kim.
Oh.
And they pulled it aside because they couldn't see, because the base of the trophy was like a block of marble. We went all out on this trophy, guys. I'm telling you. So they had to pull it out and rescan it, and she was like, the person behind Rob in security was congratulating him on his trophy, and he was like, "Thanks, I'm actually giving it out. I'm not winning it." And then when we were walking to, and then the security lady like took it on a lap around the security hall to show it to everybody. And then when we were taking it from the hotel over to the conference center where we were holding our event, I was like carrying it, and people were like looking at me and saying, "Oh, congratulations." And I was like, "Thanks." I had nothing to do with this. I'm just holding it because it's heavy.
Yeah, when people see you with a trophy, they obviously think you won something. So
yeah. So, and the funny part was it wasn't the only trophy that went through security that day.
Oh.
Because when we got through security and customs on the other side, it was like 9:30 in the morning, and you know what it's like at an airport, right? Like people are going on vacation, so they just start partying like as soon as they get to the airport. So there's this group of guys that were partying, and they had some kind of trophy.
Oh.
And they were hanging out with their trophy, having beers at like 9:30 in the morning.
Nice.
Yeah,
it's 5 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 12 o'clock somewhere.
It was not the first trophy that made it through that security line, but it was the first trophy that woman saw, I guess. So.
Yeah. Fun.
Well, anyway, so that was the Memphis Cup. Thanks to everyone who participated. It was really great to raise that much money to help support people in need.
Yeah. Good job.
And also 50% more players in Onslaught, just saying. Okay. Dice bag?
Dice bag. Where do you want to begin?
Do you want to take us through the dice bag, Kim?
Oh, okay. So we had...
Usually I do it.
I know. We had a little bit. Nothing on the YouTube. We had quite of a discussion in the Discord.
But what was the discussion about, Kim?
The, quote, PP colored sidekicks, which AKA is the gold ones that we were talking about in our last episode. That was exclusively won at one of the world... No, Nats. Can Nats or US Nats, right?
So they were participation prizes at Can Nats and US Nats and European Open.
Oh, okay.
And then there were prizes at Worlds.
Right. So they're out there. So I think you had said did you say something about PP color dice? I don't remember you saying anything about that in the episode.
There was quite a lot of conversation about this, Kim, because when they were first announced, everyone on the internet said they looked like urine. So The comment we got was, "Y'all are dehydrated. Drink more water."
I think Oh No Red Mage needs pee colored psychic dice. And he said, "I like to call an inquest to investigate at Super K." I don't know who this person is. "Victories using her modified black psychic dice. We must stamp out corruption in all forms, even that of a crayon. I will let you go. Take a listen to our last episode to know why that happened." You kind of chimed in and says, "That's what I'm saying. There was a gif about let's look at the footage." And
For your cheating
Oh
black
No
psychics.
was all over it. It should be on Wiki and all this stuff. I told him good luck to that investigation. And then he said, I don't know what he wrote in this because this wasn't a spoiler. Did you see?
No, he actually blacked out the text.
Yeah, I don't know how he did that.
I don't know how he did it.
But yeah, he said when I said good luck, he says, "Are you on the board? Are you on the board? You're just going to sweep this under the rug." Of course I did, because SpongeBob SquarePants did the sweeping there with my gif. "Corruption. You can't stop justice, Kim. We're going to make sure everyone..." And then he blanks out this whole stuff, which I don't know what he said. Nobody knows what he said. Unknown Force also peeped up on the pea-colored psychics.
There was quite a lot of conversation about the urine-colored psychics. Let's just leave it at that.
And then Nick was calling it wee-colored dice. He
Yeah, I
didn't want to
think to
say
Nick's
pee-pee.
point-
I don't know why he didn't want to say pee, but,
Maybe he was just being British. Because "we" is what the British people would say, I think.
For pee?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah,
maybe
that
some
was a
British listeners
conversation
can
in
confirm for us.
Discord.
But Nick said that they looked worse in the original images once we got them, and they looked more golden. I thought they looked fine the whole time.
Yeah.
And then otherwise, there was also a confirmation that Justice was the first box to have black sidekick and BAC dice. The other set to have black sidekicks and white BAC dice was Trouble in Waterdeep or X-Men Forever. The WWE had sidekicks with a different font and orientation of symbols, which I do recall. And Collector Rob chimed in to confirm Nick's information there. So thank you to our Dice Masters historians for that. And then we heard from our new listener, Darren. He sent me a direct message on Discord, and he said he's still not used to hearing his words read out loud, but very kind. Thank you. So thank you. We really appreciate you continuing to provide feedback, and I promise that if you don't want us to say something, you can just tell us. He did say he provided a link to posts he's written recently on Dice Masters, filtering out his other stuff, and he provided us a link to that, which we will drop in the show notes. So you can look at specifically at Darren's comments around, or his blog posts around Dice Masters on his webpage, which is whitespider1066.com. So more information to follow on that, but the website was whitespider1066.com/category/dice-masters/, which we will put in the show notes. So you can just go click and you can go read Darren's thoughts.
Cool. I like his picture.
He's got a cool little he's got a cool,
Lego dude drinking
avatar.
coffee. I don't know.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. So thanks, Darren, for reaching out and sharing your Dice Masters thoughts with us. I have not personally had a chance to read them as of the time of this recording, but I am going to definitely be taking a look. So
Thank you for sending, and thank you for listening. And thank you for chatting.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
How much Elvis did you see?
Oh, I have an Elvis story. Would you like to hear it?
Of course.
Okay.
You got turned. You got. Go ahead.
All right. So I was walking back from the convention center, and I was on my own. I think Rob had gone back already. I can't remember what I was doing. Anyway, I'm walking back from the convention center to the hotel. So if you haven't been to Graceland Convention Center, it's like across the road and slightly down the street from the hotel. They run a shuttle, but the shuttle was supposed to run every 30 minutes, but it wasn't actually running on time because they were short-staffed because, I don't know if you've heard about this, but COVID's still a thing. And it wasn't that far of a walk if you were up for the walk, and I was needed to walk. I'd been sitting for a while. So I'm walking across the parking lot, and I see this family, and they asked me to take their picture. And they had this little kid. I don't know how old he was, Kim. I'm not good with ages. I'm going to say maybe 6.
Okay.
Okay. Full Elvis gear.
Oh, okay.
He's wearing the white sequined getup with the cape, and it says Elvis on the back, and he's wearing, I don't think it was a wig. I think his hair was actually cut like Elvis's hair.
Oh, and probably just done
and
up?
Then
okay.
And then he had like the gold aviator plastic sunglasses that look like Elvis's sunglasses. And they were standing in front of the sign about Graceland over by the Graceland Exhibition Center, and they wanted someone to take their picture. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll take your picture. So I was like, come on, give me a little shake or something. Anyway, they were foreign, and their English was not good. So I think they were probably like, this crazy lady is taking our picture on our phone, and hopefully she doesn't run away and steal it. I don't think I look like I'd steal your phone. But anyway, so they were very happy with the pictures that I took. But it was quite adorable to see that little guy all dressed up like Elvis, like his idol. And anyway, that was my Elvis story.
Cool. I'm sure he was quite excited.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean,
yeah,
everything Elvis.
Everything Elvis.
Everything Elvis.
And my Elvis song was there. So about 3 days before we left for Memphis, I started hearing in my head the song Suspicious Minds, because you hear that a lot when you're there. Like, it's a very, very popular Elvis song, and it's all over the place. It was the first Elvis song that we heard when we got there. And when we got to Graceland's hotel, the guest house, and it was the last song we heard as we got on the shuttle and headed to the airport. So I can now go a year without listening to that song, please.
Maybe I should play it as our background music. I'll get in trouble.
Probably get a copyright strike.
Probably.
So, and then, sad story is the Memorial Garden where everybody is buried has a new resident at the Graceland mansion, because of course Lisa Marie passed away.
Right.
So she's now there.
Okay, so they're all buried there.
Yeah, the little meditation garden, they call it. So Elvis is there, his parents are there, his great grandmother, his brother, and then now Lisa Marie, and Lisa Marie's son was there last year because I think he took his own life. So that was sad. So last year there was the son, and then now Lisa Marie's there as well. So, yeah, the meditation garden is getting pretty full. But it is a very, very nice little memorial space.
Cool. All right. Anything else?
I feel like we're ending on a downer.
Oh. Sing a song? I don't know.
I think that people don't want to hear us sing any more songs.
No, I'm a terrible singer.
Overall, the Memphis event, like, it was good. I'm glad that I went. As many of you know, I play quite a lot of HeroClix as well. It was a really good time, but I have to say that it didn't quite feel the same not having our Dice Masters friends there. This is not making it better. We missed all of you that come to Memphis, and we hope that WizKids will bring Dice Masters back to Memphis. Positive story about Graceland. Food was slightly better this year.
Interesting.
Yep, we'll end on that.
All right.
EP's Bar and Grill had a Meat King flatbread, and I highly recommend it if you eat meat. It was very, very good. So sometimes it's hard to find good food around the Graceland area. It's a little bit of a food desert, but we had an okay time this year.
Okay.
So yes, and again, Dice Masters, hopefully next year. Fingers crossed, I's dotted, T's crossed, and that's all we got.
Cool.
I think.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope. I think we're good.
Okay. All right. So on that note, we would love to hear from you. And if you don't want us to read out what you have written, just let us know and we won't. But we do appreciate everyone's comments, thoughts, ideas, commentary, discourse over urine colored sidekicks, whatever works for you. And you can find us in all of the usual places, which include our email address, tripledpodcast@dm-north.com. You can find us on all the socials, including Twitter/X, Threads, Facebook, Instagram, at dmNorthTV. You can find us doing live board games and other stuff on twitch.tv/dmNorthTV. Of course, we have our YouTube, youtube.com/dmNorthTV. Don't forget our webpage, dm-north.com. And you can also join our Discord channel, which is dmNorthTV, and the link will be in the show notes. You can at Kim on Discord at SuperK, or at me at JoceStitch, JOCE Stitch. And until next time, on a double and dice, plus HeroClix.